every single child has to go back to its family. This should be one of our main priorities also in these negotiations, to make sure that the children come back to Ukraine, to their families.
Thank you. And we did. I was just thinking we're here for a different reason, but we just a couple of weeks ago made the largest trade deal in history. So that's a big thing, and congratulations. That's great. Thank you very much, Ursula. Mr. Chancellor from Germany, a very...
Overnight, the state of Florida, specifically Ron DeSantis' administration, decided to commit what many are considering an act of vandalism that sends a very, very clear message about what his administration thinks of the LGBTQ plus community.
And we have just discovered that the Florida Department of Transportation, in the middle of the night, has ripped the rainbow colors off of the city sidewalk outside of the Pulse nightclub. This rainbow crosswalk was placed here by our community with approval from the state to remember those 49 mostly LGBTQ people of color who were murdered here at this site. The city's streets have been vandalized. This is a city road. This is a hostile act from the state of Florida against a city government. Not only was it illegal in how they vandalized this city property without their permission or consent, they also illegally denied the city of Orlando the opportunity for administrative appeal and the administrative process that is afforded to them in Florida law.
This is what that crosswalk looked like 24 hours ago. Today, in the morning light, it looks like this. I want to point this out too. There are a ton of crosswalks and intersections that are painted with rainbow colors across the state of Florida. And the only one I heard about them targeting last night was this one. Out of the entire state, the one that Ron DeSantis' administration thought should be removed first was the one outside of one of the worst mass shootings in American history, and one that was a hate crime that specifically targeted the LGBTQ plus community. That's the one that he felt most offended the values of the state of Florida, and he had that removed. Targeting a very small community and sending a very, very specific message, while through the other side of his mouth he'll say, like, no, I support all my people. I like the LGBTQ plus community. We just don't want indoctrination. This isn't indoctrination. This isn't political. This was there to remind people, we see you, we understand, we believe that this is horrific and shouldn't have happened to you. And that's not how Ron DeSantis' administration feels about it. That is clear, and that will not be forgotten.
Hey guys, how you all doing? Welcome back again to my channel, and thank you so much for clicking to watch this video. So guys, in case you might want to check out some few comments from the first clip of this video, I'm just going to go ahead to read this very comment. This person wrote, "Don't get food. She don't care about children from everywhere. Belgium representative keep asking her to stop funding partnership with Israel to end the bombing on children and families, and each time her response was a smirk or a snug face. Most Palestinian children won't also ever go back to their families because each days most of them keep, because she refuses to take economic sensation. So I don't think that her main priority is truly a concern about children, Ukrainian or any other ones. She is playing the kiss card to fulfill her political agenda." And this other person wrote, "Trump, forget those children." Yeah. So guys, what do you think about this video, and what do you think about the comment I just read out? Please let me know what are your thoughts under the comment section.
I'm curious to know why you're defending illegals being in the country. I was hoping somebody would ask me this. Let's get to it. First of all, no one is illegal. That term is inaccurate. It's just a way to dehumanize people and make it sound like law and order. And let's be real. America didn't even have immigration laws until the late 1800s. Before that, you could just hop off the boat, and if you didn't have smallpox or tuberculosis, you could just sign your name on a line, and congratulations, you're an American. But when people say they just need to come here legally like my grandparents did, that system does not exist anymore. Then around 1924, we had the Immigration Act, which capped how many people could come here from certain countries based on whether they looked the part or not according to the people who were in charge. They wanted the majority of the people to have a certain kind of demographic about them. Even before that, in the 1880s, we had the Chinese Exclusion Act because they didn't want too many Chinese people here changing the demographic of certain areas. So when you call somebody an illegal, that is a term wholly based on racism. So how did we go from a nation of immigrants to a nation that says get the fuck out of here at the border? Easy. We just kept the slogan, but changed what it means to be an immigrant. And when somebody says something about open borders, I assume that they have never traveled outside of the United States, because there's a lot of nations out there that do have actual open borders, and they are freer societies. If you go traveling through most of mainland Europe, South America, parts of Asia, they have open borders. Open borders are a sign of a free society. Do you know who hates open borders? Places like North Korea, Russia, parts of the Middle East. Now you need to ask yourself, is that what you want the United States to aspire to be like? People who scream about open borders are just scared people who are ignorant and afraid of a free society. And open borders doesn't mean what a lot of Americans think that it means. It doesn't mean that you can just go into a country and settle and live out the rest of your days there. It just means that you're free to travel throughout a lot of those nations without being stopped by immigration or needing a work visa. Oh, and if you are caught working in these countries, guess who gets in trouble? The people that hired them, not the desperate people just trying to survive. At the most, those people get deported and they have a travel restriction put on them for a number of years. America's done this amazing job of training their people that you deserve this country, and all those outsiders, fuck them. They do not deserve to be in your country. It's just amazing to me the amount of hatred that's generated towards these people that you don't even know. But if you were in their shoes, you would be doing the exact same thing that they are doing just to survive. So calling them illegal isn't law and order, it's bigotry with a flag sewn on it. No human being is illegal, but our immigration system, the way that it exists right now, absolutely should be illegal.
We have some big news right now. Donald Trump says he is going to be with the National Guard, with the DC Metropolitan Police Department tonight, Thursday night, to patrol the streets of Washington, D.C. Donald Trump has long said that he is a war hero, that he wants to be a Purple Heart recipient. Seems like now he's kind of cosplaying National Guard, but we'll see what tonight looks like. He told Newsmax today that he will be patrolling the streets with members of the National Guard. Now, the question will remain, where is he going to go? I live in Washington, D.C. I will be out this evening, too, patrolling the streets, and I'll try to see where Donald Trump will be in an effort to see whether they're going to true high crime areas or whether they're just going to patrol the National Mall like the National Guard has been doing over the past several days. In any event, it is definitely an occasion if the President of the United States goes on a patrol with local police departments or with the National Guard. So spread the word. I'll provide you updates throughout the night. So follow along, stay up to date on all the news you need to know about. I will have much more to come very soon.
California Governor Gavin Newsom just responded to Fox News and all of the conservatives who are furious at him for trolling Donald Trump. And he actually did so in an interview I did with him. Take a look.
No, I mean, even poor Kid Rock, these guys, they've become a little precious, haven't they? These folks at Fox, they're like, oh, this is so unbecoming of a governor. Oh. And meanwhile, they sit there reading his tweets every single day. Are they that totally out of touch? I mean, it's jaw-dropping how precious and concerned New York Post has gotten all of a sudden. How the Wall Street Journal board is like, oh, no, we can't have this. I mean, what? I hope we're exposing it all. I hope we're exposing it all, and I hope we're entertaining some people.
Yeah, it's just remarkable. I mean, Donald Trump has been attacking Democrats like this for, 10 years? And Republicans have embraced every single second of it. But as soon as they get that energy back, they crumble. They melt down. They have their breakdown on Fox News, on live TV, on social media. But seriously, MAGA, who are the snowflakes now? It was never applicable to the Democrats. It's always actually been applicable to the Republicans, especially right now.
You ever remember when Biden said this?
So I'm calling on Congress to pass this bill. But if the bill fails, I want to be absolutely clear about something. The American people are going to know why it failed. Trump and the MAGA Republicans said no. The American people are going to know that the only reason the border is not secure is Donald Trump and his MAGA Republican friends.
But then a few months later, Trump won, and this happened.
Now, if you look at what the Trump administration has done, it didn't just slow the bleeding. It turned it around. Daily border encounters down 93%. Encounters with gotaways down 95%. Illegal alien crossings down over 99%.
This is just a perfect example how Democrats lie and try to always tip the balance. They literally had the border open for those years that Biden was in office, letting in more than 10 million immigrants into this country. And not only that, but most of them were actually granted license in order to vote. Like, are you kidding me? Then you're going to go into the State of the Union and say it's Republicans' fault that the border is open when Biden is president, but then it's Republicans' fault that you need to pass a bill, which, by the way, had all the nonsense and billions of dollars to Ukraine, which is the main reason why Republicans denied that bill. You tell me you needed a bill in order to close the border, and then Trump gonna come in his State of the Union and says, no, we don't need a bill. We just need a new president. As soon as Donald Trump took office, illegal crossing is down, and everything is back to the way it should be. What do you guys think about Joe Biden yet again being exposed for the liar that he is, talking about he don't have the power to close the border, but then again, Trump taking office, and he does it literally in a couple of months? Please leave a comment below.
No, America does not live far better than everybody else in the world. See, that's another lie that you've been sold. You think that America's the best place in the world to live. Well, that's not necessarily true. If that were true, why don't people who live in other countries who have the means to move here? Because a lot of the places they live, they love, like Norway, Greenland, London, China, Japan. Everybody don't hate the place they live. Canada, like, come on. The only people who think that America is far better than the rest of the world are Americans who've never been outside of America. But if you've traveled the world, you know that the only people buying into that American exceptionalism shit is just Americans. Everybody else knows it's not as grand and as awesome as the lie that we're sold every day. The rest of the world knows.
Target has announced that their CEO of 11 years is stepping down after 6 months of bad press, bad earnings, and nobody showing up to their stores. In fact, foot traffic in Target stores still remains more than 50% below its pre-anti-DEI movement. See, we know that the individuals that shopped historically at Target were individuals that Target catered to. And instead, in January, they decided to cater to Donald Trump and the Republican anti-DEI movement. And this has been the second time that they've caved to right-wing extremism in the last couple years. And this time, they got rid of their DEI program and they stopped contributing to a variety of charities. And they claimed that this was something that they had planned to do all along, but it backfired. And it backfired hard because they alienated their base. In the same way that Elon Musk's rhetoric alienated the base for Tesla, Target now is seeking a new CEO because their CEO and their whole board in general made a very bad choice.
I ain't gay. nor am I in an interracial marriage. However, you're gonna have to pry those rights out of my cold, dead hands. Do you think we're just gonna lie down and let you destroy the lives of our neighbors, our friends, and our family without a fight? Is that what you think is gonna happen? Because you've got a whole nother thing fucking coming.
Trump is a genius. He has generated over $100 billion in revenue from tariffs, which will be used to cut down the debt. So he's not only cut taxes, but he's lowering the debt too, something no president's ever done. But unfortunately, at a very basic level of economics kind of unravels this whole idea. So tariffs always come to the company that's importing. But in order to cover the added costs, they hand down the prices to consumers. So the US Treasury does collect all the money, but it's ultimately paid for by you, me, and our local businesses. The $100 billion is just a start. Trump says that this is going to generate trillions. Our debt is going to go down, and you're going to pay for it. When you celebrate the tax cuts and the tariffs, all you're doing is celebrating pickpocketing yourself.
Guys, welcome back again to the channel. Thank you so much for watching this video. So guys, let's talk about the last clip of this video. Like this tariff has really brought a lot of changes into the United States of America, and I think the tariff is beginning to affect a lot of things, such as the prices of goods, the prices of everyday grocery shopping are just skyrocketing. What about the rent? Like, everything is just changing. There was this particular video I saw this morning, and this lady was actually talking about the price of avocado. Guys, like, you just need to see how tiny, how little that avocado was, and you guys could see the price. The price was about $3 per avocado. Like, this avocado, guys, is very little, very small. This is all happening because of the tariff. Yeah, so the markets are beginning to feel the impacts or the negativity of what they voted for. So they are now beginning to find out. They are in their finding out season. You guys voted for a cheaper grocery, but rather the cheaper grocery are not forthcoming, but rather everything are just skyrocketing, inflation here and there. So I think this is exactly what you guys voted for. Right now, a lot of people can no longer afford life. People who could afford 3 square meal before this 2025 cannot afford 3 square meal out of this time. Yeah, people who can afford their basic needs, their basic necessities, right now they are unable to afford them due to the tariff. Oh my goodness, I can't believe that this is actually what you guys voted for, right? Just imagine, you guys voted without even finding out, without checking out if voting for Trump was going to affect you or not. Nevertheless, guys, what people are just going to do is just to wait for 4 more years to come. That is just it. Just to wait for 4 more years to come, because at this point nothing can be done. Nothing. So guys, thank you so much for watching this video, and let me know what are your thoughts. Let me know what you think about this in the comment section. Please don't forget to give it a like, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel in case you haven't subscribed already. So you stay tuned, and hope to see you all in my next episode. Bye.